And just like that, the Packers' schedule has arrived.
Yeah, just a wake-up call. Ain't no working out, you better wake up, dog. Yeah, just a wake-up call. Every other day I'm getting kicked by y'all.
What is up, Clout Nation? It's your boy, Clapboy Bales, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Call, where we are going to discuss the Packers' schedule. It's finally here! So, where will they finish? That's the real question. Anyways, I'm going to be discussing where I think they will finish, how I think they will finish, and I'm going to project their final record at the end of Week 17. This will be an exciting season. I'm really excited to see what the season brings. We'll see how it goes, but anyways, let's get to it. First off, the Packers face Minnesota Vikings on the road. First time we faced Minnesota on the road ever in NFL history. It's real exciting, and fortunately I see Minnesota taking this game. Why? Because of home field advantage. I see Minnesota taking the game one only because they have really the weapon. They really got the people they needed. Packers really didn't change much. Do I think they're going to be I think this will be a close game. I'll say that. But I feel like Minnesota should walk out with the win. I feel like Dalvin Cook's going to have a monster game whatsoever, but that's that. Next game, Detroit Lions, easy win. If you're at home, I feel like a lot of the home games this year are very easy for the Pack. They should win most of them. But right now I see that one going that way for the Packers. Next up, in New Orleans. Of course, we have to face New Orleans in New Orleans, which just sucks. Will be a close game. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Fourth time we see them playing against each other. But this one will be Drew Brees evening out that all-time series. Probably the last time we see Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers ever play. So I don't have any problems with Drew Brees. But, you know, I usually root for him in the playoffs every time. But because I always root for the veterans. But you know what? That's just how it works. Next game, Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. I think Packers should annihilate them. This should just be an easy win for the Packers at home against a team that really is struggling. It should be simple. We're 2-2. Not bad. Bye week. They'll get ready, and I think they did this on purpose to get ready for Tampa Bay on the road. We play Tom Brady, we play Gronkowski. Should be a very interesting matchup. Sucks that we have to hear the calls of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, but it's going to be really exciting to see where that goes. But right now, I see Tampa Bay knocking out the win. Next up, we play Houston on the road. A team with Deshaun Watson does really well at home. It should be an interesting game, but I think usually Houston starts the year out with struggling, but I feel like this will be a game that Houston really has a statement win, and I think Houston will win this game. Packers will be 2-4. Oof. I know it's tough to say it. Next up, Minnesota Vikings. You know, it sucks to say that we have to face the Vikings again, but I feel like this time will be more of so the Packers getting the win. I feel like the Packers should win this one. I'm more confident in the Packers getting a good win at home, but more importantly, it's just the game that really should do well for them. Next up, San Francisco 49ers. Why do we always have to play those bloody 49ers? I'm not even going to discuss this game. This is going to be the exact same scenario as last year. Loss, obvious. So, the Packers right now are 3-5. That is not a good start. For this is about the halfway point of the season. How will they finish? Are they going to run the table? Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that's really struggling. I think they're in the rebuilding phase, but on the road against Green Bay, I think that this should just be an easy win for the Packers. Packers, any home game I think this year is really easy for them, so good for them. Next up, Indianapolis Colts. We had to play Phillip Rivers. For some reason, Phillip Rivers isn't really a good quarterback anymore, but for some reason we cannot beat him. And I feel like this will be a game that we just will struggle against him, which is why I say, unfortunately, Colts will get the victory. Still haven't beat those Colts since 2008. Anyways, Chicago Bears. We finally play the Bears. I feel like the Bears are not going to be as good. I don't really see them as a threat. They're going to kind of decline. And most importantly, Trippie will be out of there the next year. And I feel like the Packers should easily beat the Bears at home. Of course, especially being a primetime game. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles. A revenge matchup. Philly is struggling. Philly will probably be struggling at this point. I think we will be on the verge of trying to get more wins. We had such a tough schedule. I think this should be a lot easier of a game. A good rematch from last year. A good revenge game. I think the Packers should win this one easily. Next up, Detroit Lions on the road. Detroit is a hard place to play, but I feel like this is a team that really is struggling, and I feel like this is a game that we should easily win, too. So, 3 wins in a row. That's great. Let's see how this keeps going. Carolina Panthers at home. A team that really is going to be an either really great team or a stinker. So, right now, I think the Panthers should repeat. I feel like last year we should win a close game against Carolina. Every game is gone down to the wire. But in my opinion, I think Packers should easily win this home game. Next game, Titans. That should be the toughest home game of them all. We've had to play against Derrick Henry and Tannehill. The Titans were just a big surprise last year about how good they were in the playoffs. The big sleeper. Will they continue that success in the regular season? Derrick Henry will either have great performances or bad performances, but I don't really. But as this, I feel in the very cold weather, I don't think Tennessee is really going to thrive there, which is why I'm going to give the Packers the win. And finally, on the road against Chicago, I think this is a game the Packers and Bears will really kind of fight out. This will be a close game, but I feel like Packers should end up getting the victory. So, that's that. The Packers will finish 10-6. If you have any else predictions or anything you love to say, if you disagree, if you agree, please comment below. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, we'll see how they go. We'll see how the season goes. We'll see if there's even fans in the stadium. Who knows if they'll even be back in Eau Claire? Who knows all that? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm excited for what the season brings for the Packers, but obviously, of course, you never know what will happen. Who knows even if they'll surprise everyone and go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl. But I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited. So, anyways, this is your man Cloudboy Bales signing out. We will see you next time on Wake Up Call. Take care of yourself and each other. Just like Ellen says. Right. Bye.
Yeah.